a second, but I think you brought up an interesting point. Is it fair to compare? Okay, let's just use you and I. We're doing Mary, and clearly I smoke you in reps, right? Like I do way more reps than you. That's undeniable.
What's your best Mary?
I think it was probably close to 15.
Oh, well then you're definitely not beat me.
Well, I meant 20 is what I meant.
Right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Nice try though. Yeah.
I do remember whenever I did it, I basically gave myself rhabdo on those pull-ups.
That's the big hang up is the pull-ups. Is like, can you just
but
rip
I was
those
able
out?
to go unbroken on those. Like I had decent pull-ups back in the day. But the
my
point
best ever
being,
is 17.
17 pull-ups.
No, 17 rounds of Mary. Yeah.
So, but my question would be, is it ever smart or reasonable to compare, hey, well, Ackerman, you got more rounds than Fern. You weigh 30 pounds less. Your range of motion was shorter. Do you think we'll ever see stuff like that, either A, in competition, or you're just shaking your head no?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's not worth diving down the rabbit hole because now there's no way to create like you could do it, right? It would be like wrestling. There's weight classes now, at which point like it kind of takes a lot of the fun out of it, right? Not to say that wrestling's not exciting and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if you think about mixed martial arts, like the cool part was seeing Gracie choke out a dude who's 400 pounds. Everybody's like, there's no way he can beat this guy, right? So what we should be looking for is like who has better technique, not like who's the exact same size and just has better power output, right? Like, so that's why I don't think we'll ever see it. I don't think anybody really wants to see it. Like I want to, it would also stop progress in my personal opinion, right? Because I think if there becomes an immediate excuse, right? So like the big guys don't have to be as good at gymnastics, right? Versus, well, like, listen, if you want to win, just get good at gymnastics. Like nobody gives a shit how big you are or how small you are, right? It's the same thing. It's just like, yeah, you're small. Cool. Get stronger. Right now, we're talking about the sport. We're talking about the sport. Like for your normal folks, like you're just looking for progression across the board, like just getting fitter. But when you put that in there, and now people no longer have to meet these metrics, right? Then everything changes, and it's different when we're talking about something with mixed modalities, right? So like in weightlifting, that makes sense because mass moves mass. Like at some point, like you just need to be heavier to be stronger. Right. So
of course. No, I agree with you. And I like that idea too. Someone that pops into my mind is Spencer Hendel, one of the big, tall dudes. And, he's someone who over the years you've seen his gymnastics improve. And I like the fact that I can do a workout against him, knowing where I have the advantage being short and small, knowing where he has the advantage being tall. And let's be real, it's a balance. If you look at broad time and modal domains, it's going to wind up being a wash. Yes, wall balls and rowing are much harder for me. Handstand push-ups and pull-ups are much harder. I enjoy the debate. Just you hear it. And I think most of the time people are bringing up size. It's just trash talking. It's just fun.
Well, it just goes back to that thing, which is like, had there been weight classes, my argument would be that Spencer would not have gotten better at gymnastics because he really wouldn't have to. Like people would just choose not to do it because it would be irrelevant. Because everybody in the weight class would just not like collectively make a decision, but like within the sport, just like, yeah, nobody gives a shit about that. Like we're all just going to not do that. We're just going to be really, really strong. And the lighter folks would just be really, really great at gymnastics. And I think that's the beauty of it, is that it forces the adaptation, even if you might be kind of like outside of the size range. And Spencer Hendel is a perfect example because, Spencer's probably 6'2", maybe 6'3". However, he's got the wingspan of a 8-foot tall person. I mean, he's basically a gorilla. Like his knuckles drag on the ground. Him and Austin. So this is crazy. Him and Austin have the same wingspan, and Austin's 4'3".
Well, what you're really saying is how crazy Austin's wingspan is. His arms touch the ground.
Right. So, but even at Spencer's size, he has an incredible wingspan. But Austin's is, quite frankly, like abnormal. Right. Like
that's why his deadlift is so strong.
Right, because he has to pick the bar up 2 inches off the floor in order to do a deadlift.